Pregame.com.
Well, welcome back to Pregame.tv. We're going to look at some Sunday college basketball action. Creighton travels to play St. John's. This is going to be Ken's free play, and congratulations. Welcome to major college basketball, Ken. I'm giving you a lot of grief, but, that's the depth of your knowledge. You do know all of these, the smaller conferences, and, I don't have the time to do it. I want to concentrate on the major conferences, and you find value in them. So, kudos to you, but I enjoy giving you a hard time.
It's okay.
I had Quinnipiac the other day. Of course, I probably pronounced it wrong.
No, you got it.
All right, see, there you go.
You guys just like to show off.
Nickname?
The Quins.
The Bobcats. The Bobcats.
All right, that's enough for you two. All right, we're looking at a game here, and I think me and you might kind of differ a little bit on this one. And St. John's, I will admit, is playing some good basketball right now. They started the season out, in conference play slow, but they're definitely playing good basketball right now. Creighton's played good basketball all season.
All year.
And this is going to be a huge matchup. Home underdog. They already played, and Creighton only beat them by 3, and wasn't that long ago. I think they played on January 28th. So, quick revenge. A lot of people are going to look to the home dog here. What are you looking at?
Well, I'm looking for a spot where you see a team that may have some revenge. There's different spots, in college basketball. We have seen this year, again, just like last year, a lot of times a good team on their home court, favored, they lose outright. They go to the other house. They don't just cover. They win outright. Happened with Stanford over Cal last night. Happened 3 times on Monday night. This St. John's team, they just did it on Monday night against Providence. They had lost 84-83 double OT to Providence at home. They went right into Providence, kicked their butt from start to finish.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was on Providence that night, so thank you for reminding me of that one.
Trying to give you the little spot theory there.
Well, I'm going to give you a little spot theory.
Okay.
And I like to look at a situation, and it would put Creighton here, is when a team is a big favorite, like Creighton was in the first meeting, they were a 12.5-point favorite, and only win by 3. I like to look at them in the second meeting when they go to the other team. One, obviously, you're laying a smaller number because you're on the road. And if for any reason they might have been looking past that team, and that's why they only won by a few points, you're going to get a focused effort out of them in the rematch because they dodged a bullet at home. And what I like when I go back and look at that first meeting is they were coming off Creighton, back-to-back games against Villanova in Georgetown. Now, Villanova's a top team. Georgetown, not so much this year, but coming into this conference, they're still a big name, tradition-wise, Georgetown. So those were 2 big wins for Creighton. And I think the way St. John's was playing earlier in the season, I think Creighton looked by them, just right past them.
Here's why I disagree with you, because they led that game by 17 points against St. John's. Second half. St. John's made an incredible run in the last 8 minutes to tie that game at 60, and if not for a McDermott 28-footer to win it, that game goes overtime. So they were focused. They were up. They thought they had it. St. John's never quit in the game. D'Angelo Harrison's playing outstanding ball. Also, the Creighton win at Villanova. How do you handicap that? They hit their first 10 shots from the floor. They were all threes. They hit 21 threes in that game. So tough to handicap. Nobody really shoots like that too often. McDermott and Raggy went off, and Raggy had 9 threes in that game. Only had 3 points against St. John's in the opener.
Right.
I happen to think this is a must-win game for St. John's. You take a look at their schedule. Non-conference slate, they didn't play anybody. In conference action, their best wins are against Providence, Marquette, and Seton Hall. Good teams, but are those type of wins that's going to get you, playing in the big dance? And I know they're decently ranked when you take a look at their RPI and everything, but they don't have that statement win. This would have to be their statement win. And being a local team in Las Vegas, the Rebels are the same way. They haven't had a statement win all season. I guess maybe winning at New Mexico. But this is a game that St. John's, in my opinion, has to have.
Yeah, and that's a good point to bring up as we get into, February, late February, as we're going to start hearing when we get to the final. Yeah, the bye. I love that. Well, it's all we'll be talking about. This team's on the bubble. This one's in. This one's out. This one needs to, impress the committee with a statement win, and it's a good point. It is something that you have to look at. But this Creighton team's playing well. But you know what? It's not my free play. It's your free play. So let's make it official.
Let's do it. All right, and we'll look at St. John's here. And the reason being, a couple factors here. First off, Creighton's got a Friday game. St. John's, they played Monday. They beat Providence. They're off until Sunday. So a nice 6-day rest there just to focus on Creighton. Again, a team, they were down 17, came back and lost the game by 3 near the buzzer. You look at Doug McDermott, he's the all-everything guy. In that first meeting, 15 of 26, 39 points. I mean, the rest of the team, what do you had? Chapman had 7. Manigat had 4. Raggy only had 3. So, I mean, the rest of the team struggled. It was the Doug McDermott show. Again, he has been Pop's savior. Who knows if the old man continues to coach after his son graduates and goes and takes off. Don't know if he'll leave after this season, but they are solid. Now, St. John's, only 1 of 10 from behind the arc in that first game, but they did only have 5 turnovers on Monday against Providence, and that's been a pet peeve of Lavin. He says, we've got to cut down on the turnovers. We've got to shoot it better. And now D'Angelo Harrison is getting help, not just Jakar Sampson. Sampson has been good, but Rashad Reed has finally caught on and starting to click now. He had 18 points in that game Monday, as well as 6 assists against Providence. So I'm looking for St. John's to play good team ball. That place will be rocking. It'll be a big game. Yes, Creighton got off big time against Villanova on the road. And, hey, if they shoot it like that, they're going to beat anybody anytime. St. John's did a great job on Raggy, again, holding him to 3 points. You can't just focus in on McDermott and leave the other guys open because they're good enough if they are open to hurt you. So I look for St. John's complete effort there. I think they'll take care of business. If you look at the Johnnies, 5-1 in their last 6. Their 3 losses in their last 8 games are by 1, 2, and 3 points. The 3-pointer to Creighton, but they're playing good, solid ball. They had a 17-point win over Butler on the road, 10-point win at Providence, and a 15-point home win against Marquette. So they're not just winning games; they're winning games by double digits. And when you go back and look at some of their losses, they're games they let get away, including that first matchup with Providence. So I like St. John's. I think they win this game outright. I think they take care of business. Again, it'll be that marquee win that Bryan's looking at. But I think St. John's is going to continue to play good ball and do some damage in this tournament as well. And I think St. John's is a team that somehow, some way, with Lav's experience, will get to the postseason as far as the big dance. They don't want to settle for one of the smaller 3 tournaments. Even the NIT is not good enough, even though they are in the home state there for the finals in New York. So give me St. John's. I think they win this outright between 5 and 8 points over Creighton. I know they're going to be a dog in this game. Chuck has the number power ranking-wise as Creighton favored 4.5 to 5 points in this game. Go ahead, take the points with St. John's. They're going to win this game outright.
All right, there you have it. He's calling the outright upset. As VR would say, I guess you'd say sprinkle a little on the money line.
I know that.
All right. We're going to come right back. We've got more action for you. Sunday basketball. We're going to have an NBA game up next. That'll be Chicago at the Lakers.